She's done a lot of stuff. The first time I heard about her was when she featured in a song I really love so much, and I'm hoping we can play the song also on the show before the show ends. But right now she does a whole lot. First of all, saw her, but you know, it was interesting, and I'm like, okay, let's see what she'll say, and she kept on going and going and going, and I'm like, oh wow, interesting. Okay, she has swag, okay, great. With me in the studio today, and she's been here, you know, I think she's been here before, but you know, this is the first time on the Chatroom Show. And as you all know, the Chatroom Show is a show where we bring your access close to you. And she's here with us, and she's here to tell us about herself. And of course, she's going to tell us things that have been happening to her in the past. And I have a lot of questions to ask her. One of the questions I don't want to say yet, but I heard there's something going on with her and somebody. I don't know if it's true. But she's married now, though. Well, yeah, we'll find out on this show. With me in the studio, I have the one and only. She's very beautiful. Recently, she did some very ratchet photo shoot with to me. I was like, this chick is going all out. She's not even stopping. Okay. We have in the studio with us the one and only, the beautiful, the very sexy. I think she's very sexy, Cynthia Muggin.
Hi. Yeah, okay. Hi darling, how you doing?
Very well. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, it's so good to have you here.
Yeah, it's nice to be here too. You look pretty in person. When I saw your GP this morning, I was like, okay, you turn me. And I was like, okay, I think that's the lady.
Oh, now you want to get back on me?
Yeah.
No, it's not working. It's not working. Okay. Yeah. But really, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
I've always been one of your biggest fans. Not
so
because
much.
you're here, but because, you know, I love rap. And when the first time I heard about you, you killed it, and you did it very well.
Thank you.
And I was like, wow, interesting. Yeah. I hope she can sustain and stay, because it's interesting, because a lot of people just come, they give us that, and we're like excited about you guys, and you guys just disappear. You know, so when I saw you, I was like, oh, nice, oh, good, and you know, you had a little bit of, I could still see that good girl thing in you, but you know, you're still doing it. I'm like, cool. So, you know, I'm very happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me too.
Okay, but you went away for a while.
Yeah.
So why is that?
The industry, I was out of the country for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before then, I was like, you know, the industry, you know, for the females is really not really not easy at all for females.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to work a whole lot. And I was pretty much very young. And record label issues, my mom was like, you have to go back to school. You know, if you don't get the right label, I'm not going to leave you in the hands of, you know, someone I don't trust and stuff. So I was like, okay. And at that point, I got signed at the point. And at the time, I left the country. I went out of the country for some time. And when I got back, that was when I got signed to Judokoya and, you know, started, boom.
Okay, you living, was it something that was it like you wanted to just leave, or did you think that you were not doing what you expected to do, or was it only because of the record label issue that made you leave? Why did you leave?
Actually, I went out of the country because I had a deal. Out of the country.
Okay.
So like, you know, it was still for my musical career.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't leave for like, you know, maybe I'm tired of the industry and stuff.
Okay.
You know, so like I went out of the country to work, you know, and music and stuff. Then when I got back, I was like, you know what, African music is huge, you know. So I got back into the country and started doing my stuff, like, you know, all the fresh and stuff. That's it.
Okay. Now you're back.
Yes.
So this is your first time on the show. So it's really good to have you. I think I should do another clap for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, you should blush. And speaking of you, now you signed on the Jude.
Yes.
And before we get into the details of your music and what have you, tell us a bit history about you. I know your mom is and it's so good that you have it in the family. You didn't really have to struggle to make them, because a lot of parents were like, I'm singing. Your mom's like, you're singing, even though it's something she did. I'm sure she'd be like, you're singing. What do you mean?
But at some point, it wasn't really easy, because the fact that my mom was a gospel artist, but of course she does know what it is to love music. She does know what it is to have the talent and what to do music. But the family was like, okay, so now music you want to do, I'll be. So it was crazy. But I go back to school because I'm the only child of my mom. So like my uncles were like, no, music. Because at first I started with modeling. You know, I started with, I was dancing. So, like, they knew the whole entertainment stuff wasn't me. And at some point, my uncles was like, you know what, you're the only child of your mom. You can't say you want to do music at some point.
We need you to be a doctor.
You know, doctor actually.
We need, you see?
Yeah. Yeah, so it was, and my mom was very supportive, but everybody around her was like, and when you have a dream, when people don't know what it is, people don't know what it is for you to have a dream until you start leaving it. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, I follow you to this dream at some point.
Yeah,
you get what I'm trying to say.
And
even
when you get
my friends,
when you get your award, they're like, yeah, I was one that told them.
I know a lot of my friends used to come boss me like, I always believed in you. I was like, yo, where's this coming from? So like my friends are like, okay, when I come to Lagos, because like, I came to Lagos when I was about 16. I started putting out records when I was 17. When I come to Lagos, like they just think when you just come to Lagos, you just catch one big record label, you just sign. So when I get back to Maine, and my friends were like, so what's up? You got signed to Storm? because Storm was, Storm Records. Yeah. You got signed up to Storm. I'm like, okay, I don't have a record label yet. They're like, oh yeah. So the down like say what we do for Lagos. So where's the recording deal? Where's the money? Because like everybody thinks that when you get into music, you just get signed, they just give you a car, give you a house, give you a whole lot of money, and you start giving you like just
it doesn't happen that way.
You get what I'm trying to say? It's a whole process. People was like, my friends are like, oh, leave makes you go Lagos, you'll come and go to school and stuff. But now everybody is a favorite fan, everybody is proud. Like, I'm Cynthia Morgan's friend. It'd be like, sometimes they buzz me and be like, I always believed in you. I'm like, yo, nigga, chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy.
That happens. So just tell us a brief history about a little bit about you, how this transition was for you, getting into music and, really, okay, before you ever sang, you featured in the Ejo Lufero, which, by the way, I wanted to tell you, you killed it.
Thank you.
Nailed it. So tell us, that process from your child, a little bit about, brief history about it, and how you started and how you got featured in the Ejo Lufero.
Actually, professionally, I started recording when I was 16. I did my first album, demo album when I was 16. Then when I was 17, I started putting out records. My first record I actually ever did put out was with the one with Pipe, and that was like 2008. I think it was about 17.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Then I did the feature with Jibo at about 2009 to 2010. Jibo's record label and my manager were actually kind of friends.
Okay.
Which is he's actually like the record label he was with before now. They were like friends, and they liked my music a lot. And they were like, it's just the next thing to blow up. This was pretty much very young, and they were like, okay, let's do a song. Let Jibo and Cynthia Morgan do a song. At first, Jibo raps in Yoruba, and I don't understand Yoruba there. I'm like, yo, what are we gonna sing together? Like, you got what I'm trying to say? So like, Jibo came to the studio, we walked on the hook together, they just around there, and I was like, okay, this kind of raz though. And it was like, the street, the masses and stuff.
But that everybody accepted.
Yeah, everybody accepted it.
I
was like, okay. He was singing something else. He was like same lyrics about something. I was like, Jibo, why don't you do it like this? Let's do it like this. So get in the studio. I did my stuff. He did his stuff. And before we know it, it just pretty much was everywhere. I was getting calls like, Cynthia, Nigerian Nicki Minaj, you killing it and stuff. I'm like, yo, how's it going? So like, it was great. It was a nice experience of my career and stuff, Yeah, it was a nice start for my career.
Okay, before we continue, I really love that song. I really love that song. So I cannot start the show without playing the song that made me know about you. So now we're gonna take the Ejo Lufero, featuring the one and only beautiful Cynthia Morgan. When we get back, we'll keep talking to Cynthia Morgan, and of course, we'll ask her the rest of the question we have to ask her. And plus, she has a new single. I've heard it. It's banging, and we'll get stuck about it when we get back. Don't go nowhere. We'll get back soon. Let's play Ejo Lufero, Jibo featuring Cynthia Morgan. Don't go nowhere. It's still the chat room show on Rainbow 94.1 FM. Keep it locked. Okay. We're back. They just run their mouths. The video is interesting because you really, the transition is serious. You used to be very slim. Now you're still not, I would call you, you're not fat, you're not even close to it, but you really changed.
I pretty much was like 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now we're back with you, and we want you to just run down through things that you've done in the past. Of course, we know that there's this song I really also like. I didn't know you sang that song. I want to be with you.
Yeah, don't break my heart.
Okay, it's an interesting song. Tell us about what made you decide to have that Don't Break My Heart? Was it a true life story, or what exactly prompted you to have that? And first tell us a brief history.
Actually, Don't Break My Heart was just a transition. Like, you know, like it's something like people are not really used to getting from me because it's kind of like a different sound mentality. And my management was never expecting me to do something like that. I just went in the studio. I was pretty much excited, and I had a bit. I was like, you know what? Don't Break My Heart came out. You know, it was like it's talking about me, and I was talking about like, you know, generally like I write about anything. I could write about you. I could write about what's going on like right now. I could write about like my past and stuff. So generally, with someone in love and who doesn't want is a heart to be broken. Easy a heart to be broken. Yeah. So I was just pretty much having fun, and you know, the song came out, and it was interesting the way the song picked up, and you know, people really loved it. And sometimes people call me like, I didn't know you did that song. That song is very big. I like, so you did that song. I'm like, I did the song. Yeah,
I tried. That's deep. You know, that person sounded like they really love you. How do you feel when you hear people saying stuff like that about you?
I feel honored because it's not really easy for you. It's not really easy for you to really truly do really love you and, you know, really respect your music and respect you as an artist and stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we let pause, if people want to talk to you, let's just not get to, you know, your single, because that's what you're promoting at the moment.
Yeah.
It's called I'm Taken. Tell us the concept behind I'm Taken.
I'm Taken was just gangsta. Like, you know, I went in the studio, like, you know, I just wanted to do something different. Like, you know, I actually went in the studio to record something else. Okay. And at that point, my producer was just making a beat. You know, I was like, leave on like that. Let me just voice what's in my head, like, right now. And I went in the booth. I just did something that was crazy. That was what happened. And at that point, it was like, if you listen to the song, there's a whole lot of energy on the song. Like, you know, it's talking about, like, you know, stop calling my phone, leave me alone, like, I'm taken and all that. But I wasn't really talking about, like, the old guy angle, like, you know, I'm taken, like, you know, taken by a guy or something, like, in a relationship. I was talking about, I'm taken, like, I've taken my spot in the industry and taken, like, you know, I'm the baddest, you know what I mean? So, like, if you listen to the lyrics and stuff, it's really, it's a whole lot of rage, a whole lot of anger, a whole lot of, I don't know, it was just crazy.
Don't worry, don't sweat it. Let's listen to I'm Taken. But before we listen to I'm Taken, I need to ask you, are you taken?
Yeah, I'm taken. Like, you know,
like, are you taken by man?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I'm asking you, are you taken?
No.
Okay, but let's find out if she'll give up something, if she's taken or not. Let's play I'm Taken by Cynthia Morgan. Don't go nowhere, it's still the Thechatroomshow. We're still in the studio with Cynthia Morgan. Keep it locked. We're playing I'm Taken now. When we get back, we'll keep talking to Cynthia Morgan. We want to find out if she really has a relationship with, or she did have a relationship with Jude. And of course we also have to find out what she has for us and stuff for the future. Let's take I'm Taken. When we get back, we'll keep talking to Cynthia Morgan. Keep it locked.
So name Jude is overruled.
Okay. Then we've been able to clear up that rumor that you're not dating Jude, and then
I remember a tweet at me the day, like 2 days after I got married, or 2 days after I got engaged. Like, so you didn't finally get engaged to you? I'm like, duh. Like, seriously.
Okay, we'll clear that rumor of you. And of course, I can see very well that you're not using anything. Your skin is actually very nice. But I was gonna ask you, what's up with the pictures you've been putting out? You know, and I read somewhere that you said you had an interview. I don't know if you did say so, but it's nude if you had to, you know.
Oh, dog. I don't know, like, you know, like the whole press thing. When you say something, they might just flip it.
Okay, but can you?
If for a musical video people go nude, like I'm not gonna go nude like, you know, all Wrecking Ball, all Miley Cyrus and stuff. But I was just saying, if it's needed like a clip, maybe covering and stuff, like, you know, yeah.
Okay, but let me just comment about that quickly, because we're coming to the end of the show. I always tell people, if you're gonna do something, whatever is worth doing well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should go nude, but you should be able to entertain people above that level, people above the culture.
Yeah.
You must,
because you trends with stuff, like, you know, you have to start up something.
Yeah. And Roger did it. And,
for a video
and you know, she's even on the big side. You were very sexy. So I'm like, when people started saying all that, I'm like,
people said a whole lot of stuff.
I'm like, she's alright.
I was even trending.
And two, I felt like, okay, she's an entertainer. Why would she?
It's all like, you know, the whole creative process, but that doesn't mean that's like who I am. Like, you know, Rihanna goes all crazy and stuff, but I don't, like, personally, like what I heard, like someone very close to her was like, she's a very shy person. Like, she's very into herself when she's not doing all the old crazy stuff. And there was an interview of her that I actually listened, that I actually watched. She was like, she never saw herself as pretty or like, oh, that's sexy. But now, like, she's like an idol. Like the sexy, she had to fake it to be sexy for people to accept it that she's sexy. So, so it is crazy. You know, it's just what you do for the whole entertainment business. It's more than the whole music and stuff. You have to give them your personality, your pictures, your videos. That's why it's creative. And
Cynthia, I want to ask you one last question. A lot of rumors do fly about you, so many things. Oh, of course, for what is what you've been able to keep yourself. A lot of things that you don't go.
Yeah,
just,
say stuff.
Yeah, people are just bored and they
say
just
stuff.
see you one day on Instagram. Yeah, this girl, it's time to pick her now, and they start the whole thing. But you know, you recently said that if a fan bullies you, you would
bully right back. Yeah, if I'm in the mood, I'll bully right back.
Okay, Cynthia, don't you think that's a lot for you to do, being that you are not like them? You know, I'm not saying there's anything necessary wrong with them.
At some point, there was a tweet like, you know, someone said, it was something about it, an American artist. The person was like, only cocaine, blah blah blah. Where is she? Where's she going to? She did it and she went off the scene. And only cocaine replied and was like, yo, you never did it. At least he said I did it. I don't know if you get, like, people talk, but
okay, you would just bully them a little bit. You won't bully them like all the way.
no, like, I just give you my own share, my own fair share of the Indomie. So that's how it is. Like, you know, people come online on the internet just to, like, some very bored 16-year-old, 17-year-old people that just come and try to bully artists, and to be like, you know, funny enough, when you get to reply them, everybody will just rush you like, Auntie page for sugar. Like, you know, it's like you did something very bad to reply. Like, I'm human too. There's some things I see that hurt me. That's why some very artists don't go on the internet to search about themselves, because you see a whole lot of pretty.
But do you handle those things properly? Do you handle
Of course. It's not a problem. Like, you know, because definitely when you get to see me, you're like, oh my God, you take those words back. You get what I'm trying to say. So like, I'm someone like, I'll always care about my business. I don't really care what you're saying at that very point, because I know with time you'll be like, okay, she's not like that, or okay, she didn't do that, okay, she didn't. I'm like, okay, fine, it's good.
Okay, with the beautiful Cynthia Morgan.
Yeah.
We actually come to the end of the show. I wish I'd been able to talk to you for a long time. It feels really comfortable talking to you. And right now, I just want you to, first of all, give a shout out to people who, because a lot of people were trying to call. I didn't want to big call since you're not here. You know, but you know, it's good that your list came and you know you told us things. At least we know a few things about you. We know you're not using cream, and we know that you're not using any white nizer, and we know that
It's really
you and Jude never had anything. And we know that you intend to give us good music this year, which I'm looking forward to having, so we can always play on the show, because as you know, this show is all about you guys. You know, I bring a lot of artists.
Thank you
and
so
guys
much.
talk.
I really appreciate it.
So we'll keep playing the music as they keep dropping. And when your video drops, also we have a YouTube channel. We post your videos, people can watch and all that. But I like to give a shout out to people who try to call, and of course people who did get through to call. And also the award you've been nominated for, you need to tell people how they can vote for you, true fans. I'm gonna vote for you for that rap part. I need you to win that rap part. So I'm gonna vote for you. So just quickly do that, and of course give out your Twitter handle and your manager's contact and whatever of you. And of course, very importantly, I need you to encourage somebody who's out there who has a dream, who has drive, who has purpose, and don't know how to go about it. I need you to just tell them one or two things, you know, that did work for you, that you want them to take along with them. So
Morgan's from my heart. I'm like, shout out to my fans, shout out to my super fans. Like, you know, you guys are so lovely, you guys are amazing, and you guys have been the one that's keeping me in this business. Like, without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm really, really grateful. God bless you all, and bless your family for me, so that you guys have a whole lot of money to come and pay and watch me buy tickets and stuff. And secondly, I'm gonna say this, like, you know, like, if you are coming up, like, you know, I would say for me, all good things come to those who wait. But at some point, you really have to work for it. You have to run along. You don't really have to sit and wait and, you know, and stuff. Because people would always people will always distract you. People will always make you feel like you don't really have it 100. But I'm telling you one thing is, you're the baddest of your type. Nobody can ever be better than you, like you get what I mean? So I think you should believe in yourself and believe in God, and always pray. Then I got nominated for the NEA Awards. Thank you, shout out to you guys. Not for you guys, you know, I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't even be nominated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So please log on to www.neawards.com and vote for me as the Female Artist of the Year and Rap Act of the Year. And you know what? Follow me on Twitter on @CynthiaMorgan1, on Instagram @CynthiaMorgan1. And just check my bio. You see the all the information you need for my management contact and everything. But if you want to follow my manager on Twitter, Joy Tongo. But when you follow me, definitely you get to see my bio and see all the information that you need. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, come on, book me for shows fast.
All right, thank you so much, Cynthia, for coming.
You're welcome.
We really
Thanks
do
to you guys
appreciate
for having me. Shout out to Rainbow FM. You guys have been showing me so much love.
Yeah.
I'm taking this on the countdown, like 2 countdowns, and countdown and stuff. I'm saying, like, we're referencing 100, killing it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for coming around. We really do appreciate and love you. And Cynthia, I'd like to say that we look forward to you coming to the show sometimes when you have new stuff. Just come talk to your fans about it. Shout out to everybody who took time out to listen. And sorry that you guys couldn't get through to us today. It was due to circumstances that we couldn't control. But don't worry, Cynthia's going to come back another time. We can have full interview and get to really talk to her. And you guys can call a lot. But in the meantime, you guys can tweet at her at CynthiaMorgan1. And of course, you can like her Facebook page too, Cynthia Morgan.
Cynthia Morgan.
Okay.
Facebook, then Instagram, Cynthia Morgan1.
Okay, and of course, Cynthia Morgan has a new single, I Am Taken. You should go download I Am Taken. Beautiful piece.
Thank you.
And I love it. I've listened to it. One of a kind. And y'all should vote for best rap. That rap part, I'm interested in it. You guys should make sure she brings home that award. I'm looking for her winning.
We just have 10 days to go or 9 days to go. So you guys log on to www.neawards.com. 6 days to go, I think, and vote for me. Female Artist of the Year and Rap Act of the Year. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Cynthia Morgan. We've come to the end of the show. Shout out to Cynthia's management for bringing her over here. Thank you guys so much. Before I go, I want to give you guys the quote of the day. My quote of the day is: have the courage to be exactly who you are without apology. Yeah, that's what I am. I am who I am. Like, I also have one very ratchet picture that I put up on Facebook. Everybody's talking about it already. I'm like, hey,
unapologetic,
yeah, that's me. That's me. I do my thing. So we look forward to having you guys. Cynthia, you're gonna be you're gonna have an opportunity to people who won last. She was here last week. She gave out some things, and we're also we're in partnership with Ooh La La Restaurant. We're gonna be going there right now. The 2 people who won last week, you're gonna have like pictures, then you guys can entertain yourself, and it'll be nice to chat there. So I'm not asking everybody to come though. With the winners alone, you guys can come with your partners. We're gonna be there from like 4:30 to 6 o'clock. I'm out of there by 6 o'clock. So if you can come, it'll be nice. If you guys don't come, I'm sorry there wasn't any winners on this particular episode of the show. Next week, I'm sure you guys are going to win a whole lot of stuff. And of course, I still have the gift you brought last week. You guys are winning next week. Today wasn't a winning day. Thank you so much, everybody who took time out to listen. You can like us on Facebook at Thechatroomshow. Follow us on Twitter at Thechatroomshow also. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at SexyBaby06. Don't forget that life is only what you make out of it. See you guys same time, 3 to 4.
Front burner issues. The news making the rounds. Plus, and now talk about it. Join Wellington Olaya, Theophilus Ilama.
To capture. I don't know what the hell happened to
prayers. This program will change your life and give you.
Prevention is better than cure. The scourge of the Ebola virus are on the way. We urge you and to visit competent headache, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, such facilities. Please call 55-329-229.
No radio. That's right.
That's who we are.
And I love Rainbow FM. My name is Olamide. I enjoy listening to Rainbow. My name is Chukwemeka. I always listen to Rainbow.
just small. I really love the picture.
Not the pictures for her.
I'll use her phone. So what about your face? Let's put it on the blog. like this one.